Well, that was certainly a thing. About the whole mustache thing, I'm pretty much as lost on that as you guys. It comes out of nowhere and doesn't add anything to the narrative, plot, or even the boss fight it was written into. It's kind of funny, both King Boo and Goomboss, who are more interesting than Chief Chili, actually had less personality written for themselves. And that's kind of the point. This is a platformer. High levels of narrative and pathos are not necessary for it to work since it falls under the crux of its gameplay. Bowser is the best boss of the whole thing, and all he does is steal things and people throughout this entire game. Now, this is gonna sound hypocritical, but while I really like Goomboss and King Boo as remake bosses, I do not cast my favors to this admittedly cheap reskin of Chill Bully. Literally all they did was color on the model a bit and add a mustache. You fight this guy on top of an ice lake and even the name Chief Chili. If they gave the guy an accent, maybe I'd appreciate the shtick, but it looks like something that was created on a Thursday at 2:30. The gameplay is definitely on the level of the other two key holders, and it is let down by the DS's strange controls. Since the arena is pretty big and your best option for winning is to do mid-air kicks, which can get easily confused by the input to be a diving slide, which will land you into the water for a loss of 1/3 of your health. It feels like the fight is decided by luck than actual skill, especially since the arena gets smaller after every time Chief Chili gets hit with damage. And you might think that it would be more exciting the way that Final Bowser does the same thing, but nope. Total annoyance throughout, and his whining at the end kind of throttles the whole deal. Maybe it's because the fight is Luigi exclusive that it ended up being shoddy controls and forcing me to not like this boss, or some other reason stemming from simple design choices, but even with those caveats, it still manages to be twice as good as any of the other non-Bowser bosses from the original. It's a sign that Nintendo could have done better. Or that the console they made it for was kneecapping their old development staff, which would be a hilarious irony.